Hi, I'm Donna Wolfe from Naztazia.com.
Today I'll show you how to crochet the cat stitch. This pattern is cute for a crochet blanket, crochet scarf, and more. I'm using a size I hook with worsted weight yarn. To begin, chain 35, or any multiple of 5. Make a double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook. The skip chains form a second double crochet. Now here's the pattern for this row. Skip 4 chains, and in the next chain, make a shell stitch, which consists of 2 double crochet stitches, a chain 1, and 2 more double crochet stitches, all in that same chain. Skip 4 chains, and in the next chain, make the shell stitch again. 2 double crochet stitches, a chain 1, and 2 more double crochet stitches, all in the same chain. And again, skip 4 chains, make the shell stitch in the next chain, continue with this pattern across the row. At the end, you'll have 6 chains remaining. Skip 4 chains and make a double crochet in the last 2 remaining chains. And here's our row 1. Row 2 is just another foundation row. Chain 3 and turn. That chain 3 counts as a double crochet on the end. Make another double crochet. We'll always have 2 double crochet stitches on both the right and left side of the stitch pattern. For this row, we'll work a shell stitch in the chain 1 of the previous shell. So make 2 double crochet, a chain 1, and 2 more double crochet stitches, all in the same space. And in the next shell, we'll do the same thing. 2 double crochet stitches, a chain 1, and 2 more double crochet stitches, all in the same space. Continue making shell stitches in shell stitches across the row. At the end, as mentioned before, we begin and end with 2 double crochet stitches. So make the first double crochet and make the second double crochet. I'm switching yarn colors at this time. Row 3 begins the stitch pattern that will be repeated throughout this crochet design. Chain 3 and turn. Make a double crochet in the previous double crochet. Now on this row, we're going to do an extended double crochet cluster stitch. Begin a double crochet and place it in the space from 2 rows down. Then really draw up that loop nice and tall. Yarn over and take off 2 loops. Begin a second double crochet stitch and place it in the same space from 2 rows below. Yarn over and take off 2 loops. Then take off all the loops. And that's our extended double crochet cluster stitch. In the shell, just make a shell stitch. 2 double crochet stitches, a chain 1, and 2 double crochet stitches. Then in the next space, make an extended double crochet cluster stitch again. Begin a double crochet into the stitch from 2 rows below. Draw up a tall loop, then begin another double crochet stitch, placing it in the 2 rows below. Then finish both stitches together. And then in the shell stitch, we'll do another shell stitch pattern. I'll do one more double crochet cluster. As you can see, they are worked around the shell stitches on this row. So row 3 is almost like the other shell stitch rows, except we have these extended stitches on them. Continue with this pattern across the row. At the end, as always, place 2 double crochet stitches, one in the previous row's double crochet, and one on the top of the turning chain. For row 4, we're going to go back to just making shell stitches with no extended stitches. Chain 3 and turn. Make another double crochet on the end. In the previous shell stitch, we'll do a shell stitch. And in the next shell stitch, we'll do a shell stitch. Continue with this pattern across the row. At the end, you'll have the 2 double crochet stitches. So far, we've formed the cat's paws and body, and row 4 formed the head. Now we'll do the ears. Row 5 is a repeat of row 4. Chain 3 and turn. Do 1 more double crochet on the end. In the shell stitch, make a shell stitch. And make a shell stitch in the next shell stitch. Continue with this pattern across the row. At the end, make the 2 double crochet stitches. On the last double crochet, I'm switching to new colors. I change colors every 3 rows from now on. So row 6 is actually just a repeat of row 3. You'll chain 3 and turn. Make a double crochet on the end. This row has the shells with the extended stitches. So we'll start with the extended double crochet cluster stitch, using the space from 2 rows below. Then we do the shell stitch in the previous row's shell stitch. And then we do the extended double crochet cluster stitch again. These cluster stitches form the cat's paws, plus they help define the cat's ears from the previous row. Continue with this pattern across the row. Row 7 is just a repeat of row 4. On this row, we do the double crochet stitch on the end. And then in each shell stitch, we make our traditional shell stitch again. And row 8 is just a repeat of row 5, where we do the shell stitch over shell stitches again. Keep repeating rows 3, 4, and 5 for the pattern. And I like to end on a row 3 to help define the last cat on top. And that's it. That's how I crochet the cat stitch.
Thanks so much for watching my video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel to get notified of new videos from me each week. And if you liked the video you just watched, be sure to check out my next video, which I think you'll like very much.